Hi everyone, I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about Luca's heart defect. Obviously I posted all those pictures on Instagram and didn't really explain much about what he went through, what his condition was, so doing this video is just me spreading a little bit of awareness. I had no idea about it before we found out about his. So we went for the anomaly scan, which is normally done when you're 20 weeks pregnant, and naively I thought everything would be fine. The pregnancy up until then was perfect. I could not complain one bit, everything was great. And we booked a half day off work, thinking nothing's gonna go wrong, why would it go wrong when everything's been going right? And I was not really fully aware of, I knew the anomaly scan was about checking for more detailed things, but I didn't really realise what could come out of it. So we went for the scan and the sonographer was obviously checking him. I couldn't see the screen. Dan could see a lot more, so he could kind of see what was going on and where she was scanning. I do remember things taking long, but I'd read that these things can take a little bit of time. But yeah, Dan held my arm a little bit tighter and kind of grabbed me a little bit, and I just remember thinking, that's really strange, like he must be seeing something, something's not right. He then asked the sonographer, is there something you're looking for, is there something that you can't see? And she just kind of replied, she says, don't worry, I just need a second opinion. So that obviously raised alarm bells, because why would you need a second opinion if everything was fine? Anyway, the main sonographer came in and he scanned over what was the heart, which we found out. So he kept scanning over the heart, and he didn't really say much. He was really quiet, and he spoke to the other lady to kind of discuss in medical terms of what they could see. And then he left, and the sonographer kind of turned to us, and you know when someone just looks like something's not right and they've got to deliver bad news? So she turned to us, and I'll just never forget what she said. She said to us, like, I'm really sorry to tell you this, but your baby's got a severe heart defect and they will require surgery straight away after birth, and that we will not be able to give birth in Malta, and we have to go to the UK to give birth and to have the surgery. So that was a bit, yeah, it was a lot. I really don't remember much from that day. I don't even remember if she told us what the actual heart defect was called, but I do remember that she explained a little bit about his heart defect. So we had some information about it, but because they don't have the surgeon here, they have a pediatric cardiologist, but we didn't see him that day. We had so many questions that were not answered because people didn't have the answers for us at that time. So we came home, yeah, we were distraught, we cried and just let it all out. And then we decided, because obviously at the hospital they told us don't Google it, but obviously what you're gonna do if someone tells you don't Google it, you're gonna Google it, we're humans. So we went onto the British Heart Foundation website. We had all the information about what his condition was, so we actually found out what the medical term was. And Luca has, let's not say had, because now he's had his surgery and everything's the right way around, but Luca has something called transposition of the Great Arteries. What TGA is, which is what it's abbreviated to, is that the two main arteries of Luca's heart are actually the wrong way around. So the artery that's meant to be pumping oxygenated blood around the body is not, it is pumping it straight back to the heart. So Luca's body was not getting, in the womb he was, but when he was going to be born, he would not be getting oxygenated blood sent around his body, because obviously the two arteries are the wrong way around. We also found out that he has a hole in the heart, which for us made us panic because it was something else, but it meant that the blood could actually still mix because there was a hole there to mix it, so that was better for him. However, they told us that when they are born babies, that hole starts to close. It's normal that they can have holes, but when they're born, that hole starts to close, so they may have to go in and intervene and open it back up again, just to keep it open until he's ready for his surgery. So yeah, that is called VSD, in case anyone wants to know what it's called. We found out as well a little bit later, we didn't find this on the website, the sonographer had actually explained that he will need surgery, and it is able to be corrected. It's not something that, obviously, it is life-threatening. He would not be able to survive without the surgery, but there is a surgery at least that can fix it. The surgery is called an arterial switch. So what the surgeon would do is, it will be open heart surgery, and they will go in, they will kind of cut the arteries, switch them around, and then reconnect any other bits that need reconnecting at that point. If they need to close the hole, they will close the hole as well. I know it sounds simple saying it, but it's a very delicate surgery. Remember that he's newborn, he's only just been born, and this could be within days. They actually told us that it could be on the day he was born as well. It took, in the end, we were waiting about 8 or 9 hours for him to come back. So it's a long day. It was a lot for him. Obviously he will not remember anything of it, but I think we'll be more traumatized by it for the rest of our lives. But he will not remember anything, which is what I kept reminding myself, that he's so young, he's so small, and he's so strong. The doctors kept reminding me that they are so resilient, these babies, and they're a lot more resilient than us. He was a trooper, he was amazing. So that is his condition and what he had, and the surgery that he needed, and that's the surgery that he had in the end to fix. I don't want to say fix his heart, because his heart, bless him, was perfect, but it just needed a little bit of rewiring for him to be able to be with us and be a healthy baby now. We also then found out that, as I'd said, in Malta they don't have the surgeon to do this surgery, so that meant that we had to move to the UK earlier than planned because of other complications that I had. So we moved to the UK, that was our next step, at 32 weeks, and we went to live there and we didn't know, we had no return ticket. They just, the government treatment abroad booked us a ticket to go to the UK, to London, and yeah, pretty much stay there up until he'd had his surgery. He was well enough to come back, which was a lot. Malta has, just so you guys understand, Malta, and wonder why did we go there? Not because I'm British, but Malta has a contract with some of the hospitals in the UK, Great Ormond Street being one of them, for children, where they send people from Malta who cannot have the surgery in Malta. They will send them to Great Ormond Street for any of these corrective surgeries. So we were eternally grateful, like, thank God it was Great Ormond Street as well, because you hear so many good things about it. And yeah, I was just super thankful. I was also grateful that the sonographer found it, because there's a 50-50 chance that it will be found. Their arteries are tiny at the age of 20 weeks, as in 20 weeks pregnant. So yeah, the fact that she even saw it on the ultrasound was incredible. So that is his story. A lot more happened, but I just wanted to share kind of what he had, and if anyone's going through it, then at least they can watch this and see that other people are going through it as well, because in Malta for us it was extremely rare. They sometimes don't have any TGA babies a year, so we had no one really to talk to about it. Maximum sometimes 1 or 2 a year. Whereas when we went to the UK, they have it every week. That's why I just wanted to share it, because if this helps one person, just one person feel a bit better about their diagnosis of their baby, then my job is done. If anyone has any questions, or if anyone's going through this or knows someone who's going through this, my inbox is always open. Don't go at it alone. I know it's a very lonely place when you find this information out, especially if you don't have anyone to share it with or to speak to about it who understands it. So message me at any point. So yeah, thank you so much for listening.